welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am the double hunter that volunteers that we should just kill Kobeni and feed her ass to the fucking devil. Jubidu.
And I'm the podcaster who had to choose between being a podcaster or a sex worker, so Roni.
And welcome back to the next episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu, because she is what, Oni?
Trashu!
Exactly. So how was your weekend?
It was fun. It was Anime NYC.
Right.
I'm much poorer now, so I'm coping with that, but it was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the one day I went.
I also enjoyed the one day I went. Not counting the
You
2 days we met up outside of Anime NYC.
2 days.
Well, not you, the
Oh,
Savior and the rest,
everyone
yeah.
else. Right. But yeah, yeah, my foot was like, no. So, but we actually will have a separate podcast covering the convention experience in great detail. So, excuse me. If you're looking forward to that, stay tuned because it'll come out at some point this week.
You're
Um. So yeah, without any further ado, because it is late as a motherfucker. Um, let's get into it with our weekly news segment, This Week in Anime. When I say weekly news segment, cause you know what, in my mind, I jumped straight to the reviews.
as I do too.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna start with my news because it's definitely on the heavier side.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Power Rangers actor Jason David Frank passed away at the age of 49. Um, I feel like everyone who lives in the US knows him. If they don't know him by that name, they know him as Tommy Oliver, aka the Green Ranger, aka the White Ranger, aka the Red Ranger, aka
Yes, the coolest Power Ranger.
the coolest Power Ranger of all time. Very sad. I feel lost for our childhood. My
Yeah.
condolences go out to him and his family at this time. Um, and yeah, that's basically that's. I don't want to go into too much detail, but yeah, I just want to preserve his memory, and in a somewhat positive light.
Yes, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Thank you, Green Ranger. Also, I watched a clip like at least 3 times of just literally clips of like that 5 episode arc of the Green Ranger just beating the shit out of the rest of the Rangers when he was evil.
Oh yeah, he's evil. Yeah, that was cool.
Like
my childhood.
Literally when he jumped into the Megazord and kicked all them hoes out. I'm like, literally iconic. So yeah, it's great memories. I also loved him in Dino Thunder. He was the White Ranger in that one. So yeah, just a lot of good memories.
Yes.
So rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
All right, Oni, what do you have?
As we learned at Anime NYC in a surprise announcement during the Kaguya panel, the Love is War anime film will be releasing in the US in theaters this February. Well, yeah, this February. So it's going to be releasing in theaters, in select theaters this February. I'm definitely going to see it. I'm sure Drew's going to come with us to see it. We're going to see this. We actually got a sneak peek of it at Anime NYC. We won't go too much into it here because I want to save that for the coverage, but it looks like it's going to be worth the price. So the price of admission. I'm just happy to see that we are getting a lot of love from Japan. And it's just, I wasn't even expecting this movie to show in the US. It didn't even cross my mind. So I'm happy, and especially happy because it means I don't have to wait, a year for it to come out, subbed.
It's already subbed, baby.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely cannot wait till next year. This we can all, as we all go together, we can all be each other's Valentines or
Yes.
something
As much
sad
as I
like
hate
something
Valentine's,
something pathetic like
as much as
that.
I hate Valentine's, I must say at least it's very fitting for this movie to come out around Valentine's.
Exactly. All right. Now that we are done with our week, now that we're done with our news, it's time to start our weekly
Drew's
reviews.
just ready for that review, man. He wants to get into it.
I really do because I want to. A bitch wants to go to sleep. So we're gonna start with Chainsaw Man, episode 7. No, 6. 6. Yes, episode 6.
This is my episode of the week. Of course, how could it not be?
Hmm. Um. Uh, do I want to split it? Oh, I'm so tired of getting this episode of the week.
I know, but like to
No,
be.
it's not gonna be mine. It's not gonna be mine.
Oh, okay, interesting. I feel like I know what yours is.
Yeah, like, not much to pick
Listen,
from.
as much as this is my episode of the week, I just want to start out by saying, on a negative note, we need to kill Kobeni. All right, as cute as she is, as much as I love her faces and her
No,
noises, she
she's
needs to
gotta go.
die. Yeah, she has to die.
I don't like her face, and I certainly hate her noises.
No, she
I
has
want
a
her to
beautiful sloppy blowjob face and beautiful noises, but
just
she has an annoying
go.
personality.
Oh no, she's nope. I wanted her dead from last episode, and I stand 2 toes on that shit. God, she's obnoxious.
She was super annoying this episode.
Oh my god. I think
Uh,
that's why it can't be my episode of the week, just because of her.
but that's what made it good. Just seeing people shit on her. Like, for each time that she was annoying, at least she got shit on. Like, Power laughed at her, which was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god. That
She got
was
knocked out
funny.
like twice, 2 or 3 times this episode.
Yeah, she did. It wasn't enough. It should have been death, but because she just kept getting back up and
Yeah,
trying
you
to
would think they would tie her up or some shit,
and kept trying to stab
or
people.
take the knife away from her.
Right. Like, just stop. Just stop, girl. Stop it. Um Denji's flippant attitude was funny and as usual, very
Mhm.
relatable when he was just like, "Oh, we're stuck here. Well, I'm just gonna take a nap." I was like, "Oh, relatable
Yes,
content."
I wish that was me right now.
If it was that soft, if the bed was that soft and he's trapped in some dimension by a spirit, at least let me sleep.
I
Like,
mean, those beds look comfortable. Those look like some really premium hotel beds.
right.
He was right under those sheets too.
Listen, if it was like the bed that we had at
Otacon.
Otakon, yeah. Then
Yeah,
you know what?
understandable.
Understandable, right?
I like that the whole thing is like, oh, you can't show devils your fear or whatever. It makes them stronger, and
Yeah,
Denji just kind of inadvertently falls into like not showing them his fear just because he's so stupid.
right. But and that's the thing that annoyed me about Kobeni even more because it's like, hey, don't show them your fear, don't freak out, and she's like, I'm gonna freak
We're
out the
all
whole
gonna
episode.
die.
Like
She's
you
like,
literally, like you see how her reactions like immediately make the devil grow inside.
yeah.
Like
Devil's
just
getting super juiced off of her. She's well again. Why is she a devil hunter? She just seems to be like a gigantic liability in all of these missions.
right, because I remember we were talking to everyone during the live watch, which I should definitely be a part of
Join
because
the
it's
live
fun.
watches.
We talk shit. And we were talking about it during the live watch, and someone's like, "Oh, maybe they just like need bodies because people die all the time." And I'm just like, and I'm not saying they were all like Kobeni, but I'm sure some of them were like Kobeni, and that's why they ended up dead. So
Yeah.
that being said, why would you hire more people who are like Kobeni?
Listen, Kobeni. I don't know why you
Their
chose.
their corpses can't kill devils.
I don't know why she thought she should choose being a devil hunter over a sex worker.
Right, she was
Clearly,
in
she would
for
have
that.
been way better in the other field.
You can. I'm like, girl. Are you like how big is your pride?
I
I
know.
I definitely would literally I would sling dick for days if it meant not dying horribly to a devil.
You telling me the
Hello?
Kobeni OnlyFans isn't pulling in at least 6 figures a month? No way.
No, because he's probably annoying the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, people be into it. Listen, she'll be like, there's a whole niche of people who would be into like her sobbing and making cute noises.
That's
She can
yeah,
corner that market.
right. She would dominate. Ugh, God, so annoying. I can't believe she like she tried to stab people like 3 different occasions. Like,
And she succeeded in one.
hey, yeah, in the last one. Well,
Well,
technically she did not.
she succeeded in stabbing someone, just not who she intended to stab.
So funny enough, even though Himeno was like Himeno and Aki were like, yeah, like whatever, we don't have to just outright kill Denji and whatever. As the demon grew because of Kobeni's stupidity, then Himeno was like, well, we might have to kill him. Might have to kill you. Sorry, buddy.
I would have been, if I was Denji, I'd be like, yo, fuck this team. Why were you? I'm killing everybody on this team.
I mean, that's kind of pointless because you still kind of have the problem of the giant devil.
Well, fine. Well, after we beat the devil.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, why? No, why would you do that? Because then you would just end up dead.
Fair enough. Fine. Well, I'm at least requesting a transfer. I can't work with assholes like who will kill me for no reason. Like, at least kill Kobeni. She's the one who's actively making the devil stronger and shit.
Well,
She should be up in the chopping block before Denji.
if only the devil saw her as a threat. But unfortunately, no one can really see her as a threat. It's Kobeni.
I did appreciate how they all like. Well, I would say gradually, but mostly Himeno gradually broke down towards the end of the episode. Then she was like, "Oh my god, Aki's hurt!" Ah! The other two kind of broke down immediately.
Yeah, like, immediately. I would say she eventually, changed her mind about killing Denji when she was like, "Damn, there really might not be another way out."
Mm-hmm.
Especially when he volunteered to use his sword. Apparently, some of this cursed katana that can get them out of the situation. Which is interesting because I thought it was just like a sword. Like, you know how Denji just has like his little weapon.
His
I just
axe.
thought that, yeah, his axe. But I guess not. I guess it's a little more special than that.
Just a bit.
Oh god, what I think fuck, I forgot. I feel like I forgot something important happened. No, I think that's the gist of it. Oh god. I see where Power eats the food.
Power was great comedic relief this episode.
Yeah, she really was. She's so
I hope
like
she wins her
she's
Nobel Prize.
she's like, well, I gotta win a Nobel Peace Prize. I'm just like, yo, whatever drug she's on, I want to be on that drug too.
She's always like this.
I say that I take out my medication, but yeah, she was very fun this episode. Very great. I loved her for her comedic relief. And yeah, the episode ended with Homeboy jumping down, being like, "Well, time to fight."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling
We'll
no
see.
one's gonna die this arc, which is kind of disappointing to me.
God, I wish it was Kobeni so bad.
Don't worry, she'll probably fuck up the next mission too.
Oh god, I hope so. I hope it ends up in just her death.
She just dies in the beginning of the mission.
Like she's about to she's about to have a breakthrough moment where she's like, Yes, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my best to love a hunter. I'm no longer scared, and she just trips on something, and just
Oh my god! Imagine
eat her. They'll just eat her.
they kill this demon, and they're like, "All right, now we can leave the hotel," and she just trips down the stairs and dies.
That's my episode of the week.
Yeah, I feel bad now. I don't want to be super mean to Kobeni. She's still cute.
Her.
It's hard
Yeah.
being mean to a cute girl. Sorry.
Oh no! See, and that's that's a difference. That's what makes you straight men so weak.
Listen,
Because
you.
as a
Let me
demon,
see you talk
I
shit
could have
about a hot guy. Let me see that. All right.
let's start with Todoroki's dad. That piece of shit. Super hot, but a awful garbage man. Not
Fine.
he didn't work as a garbage man, but he's garbage and
A man, yes.
exactly. You see how easy that was?
Fine.
Listen, there's always gonna be a cuter girl or another.
I mean,
cute
well,
girl.
yeah, power is right there, so.
Right? It's like she's not even the cutest one there. Ugh. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the fight scene.
Yeah, me too. I hope Denji like rips this guy apart.
All right, let's move on to Spy Family Part 2, Episode 8. It's a really cute episode. So Anya has to do a report about her parents and where they work, which of course is a conundrum for Anya because she knows that the true occupations of both of her parents, but one as a spy and the other one as an assassin. Um, so first she goes to ask Yor, and then she, I don't know, has some type of mind trip where she just peeks into Yor's brain, and it's like all animated, and you just see Yor monologuing in her head about how she's just like, oh god, I just run with her and just do all this stuff, and then we just kill her, and then it got really graphic at the scene where she started killing the guy over and over, and you just see Anya's face as Lior keeps stabbing the guy, and more blood splatters on Anya's face,
Yeah, that
which
was
was
wild.
wild. Leona just looking with wide eyes, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna ask that."
I'll talk to Dad about this one. Good choice.
Yeah, so she goes with Lloyd, and she's immediately dotted on at her at the office, which, funny enough, that really took me back to my childhood. There would be like a
Why
take care.
did you go to a hospital and get dirted on by a bunch of people?
No, I went to my mom's job in Times Square, which was at an office, which was a similar office setting, which I was doted on by everybody.
Mm.
It was so great. I even made like I made I don't know, I just made enemies with her coworker. It was one or two of her coworkers.
So you were a little
Oh,
Anya, is what you're trying.
completely, yes, completely one-sided, by the way. One time I was like, I think this guy, his name was like Frank or something, and I was like, I think I was like Frank is a butthead or something like that, and I made
Yeah, that sounds like you.
copies. I made copies of it and do it every. Yeah, that was me. So yeah, this episode really hit home.
I actually didn't even realize Lloyd actually did work as a psychiatrist.
Me neither. I
was like, oh shit, he really does. Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought it was all made up. He actually told me.
Right. I thought it was gonna be a whole thing where he had to fake being in an office.
Yeah.
Like, no, I just go there to work.
I'm like, damn, now this place doesn't really keep good track of you because you just disappear and like stalk your daughter half the time.
Right. I'm like, do you actually work? I think he works with like research. I guess that's his excuse. I'm just a researching. So yeah, that was very surprising to me as well. Now, for some reason, Lloyd leaves Anya by herself, which I don't know why people like. Why have we not understood that this is not a thing you should do? Cause especially when you're a spy. Because of course she finds his secret bookcase, goes into said secret bookcase, um, gets her leg caught in the pipes, which could have been. In real life, that could have been a really like bad situation
Yeah,
in
I
so
don't
many
know
ways.
how she did that, but yeah, don't do that.
Uh,
Don't do that on.
right, and now some people in the hospital believe in ghosts.
I don't blame him.
Right. But what really took me out was when Lloyd was coming back and she was like, "Oh, I didn't play with the toys or anything. I gotta make something up." And she just dumps everything in there. And he's just like, and he looks because apparently, in addition to being a spy, he's also a trained like psychologist or psychiatrist. And he looks at the box and all the toys are in, and he's just like, "Oh my god, her mind's a mess."
She wasn't loved properly. Oh no, it's from the orphanage.
Excuse me. And he convinced that she's just like dealing with some like immense trauma,
Yeah.
which you know, honestly, maybe, but not this time. This wasn't the case.
Trauma for
She
other
was just
reasons is not these things.
right. She just dumped him in there, but she was like, "I'll take a free book though."
Yeah, I'll take it.
Uh, right. And then her report where she basically makes him sound abusive at work.
Abusive
Luckily,
and manipulative and shady as fuck.
right. It kind of painted him in the bad light, in the worst light possible.
Mm,
Yeah, well, I as long as she got a passing grade, that's all that matters at the end.
yeah, and maybe fix her handwriting a bit. Hope that
Yeah,
wasn't like a written report that she had turned in.
same.
It
I don't think you get A for scribbles. The second half, well, I wouldn't call it second half. I think it was like a
was like the
small.
second or the fourth quarter of the.
Right, exactly. It was a little thing where Anya, wanting to be a spy so bad, she's like, "I'm gonna make a code, a secret code." I remember I think she shows it to Lloyd, and Lloyd's like, "Fuck is this?"
Yeah,
And then
half of them were like, "What the fuck?"
right, and then she eventually gets Yor to write it in actual English. And then she starts passing to everyone. She passes it to older ladies who are just like, "Oh, that's cute." And then she passes Damien, who's like, "Girl, I don't give a fuck." And then she goes to Becky, and Becky's like, "Are these answers to the quiz?"
I kind of
And
wish that they did more with it though, because in the end, the only person who
right,
even bothers to solve it is Frankie.
right. I wish yeah. I feel like this could have been like its own bigger
Yeah,
segment.
this was a good like potential setup to something like maybe they all solve it and they all get like different answers or something. But I mean, as a one-off thing, it's fine.
Right, it's fine. Then Frankie's the only one who ends up solving it because he's so sad
So
and desperate.
thirsty.
Yeah. And he meets no he gets the messages to meet me at 8 o'clock at the bridge. And Anya is sound asleep.
As I would be
Yeah,
too, so understandable.
right. So that was a really fun way to end the episode. It was yeah, this is very enjoyable.
I feel like these are like the downward episodes or like the slow episodes before another major arc or something comes up.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Yeah. But this
appreciating the
it
ride.
was yeah, right. But yeah, even so, this was really good. Really good episode.
Yes.
All right. Up next is My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 7, which is my episode of the week.
Ooh, yeah, a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah. Shit was crazy cuz let me tell you something. As a proud Momo stan, I am so like you know what it is I love about Momo?
What? her
what
OP ability.
not even that. Well, yeah, well, yes, that. It's the growth for me.
Mhm.
It's really the growth. She's the hopes that I had for Sakura from Naruto are in Momo.
That's a
And that
weird comparison, but okay.
no, like, 'cause, like, that background girl character who at first she doesn't seem like she can do a lot,
Mhm.
not very confident in herself, um, you know, takes kinda backseat to other people, very much like Sakura. But see, the difference is Momo popped out in a way that was like it showed real growth,
Mhm.
and it wasn't as I don't know, like she felt like a leader in
Yeah.
this episode,
Yeah, she pretty much
even though
was.
yeah, she was you're right, she was the leader of the episode. She came up with a plan, told everyone what to do, and so on and so forth. As of like, and I think I was talking about it with I don't know some with I don't want to say the gays, but essentially with the gays because some of them are for some reason still Sakura stands, and they're like, okay, but she's support, she's back up as the healer, and I'm just like, yes, but that's not a leadership. Like you're still like your support. You're in the back. Like, and I can tell she's only doing that. Sakura's in that position because Kishimoto's like, you're a woman, and I got to put you somewhere.
You know what the funny thing is now that you mention it, kind of side tangent, but even if
Hmm.
you are a background, like I'm just the healer of the group, I mean, you can still be way more useful. Wendy was the healer in Fairy Tale, and she did a lot of other shit besides healing and was like, had entire arcs around her and did a lot of awesome stuff. So, I don't know. I feel like even if you are going to designate Sakura as the healer, yeah, it's not really an excuse. She can do some shit.
All they gave like because all they did was like, hey Sakura, we're gonna use kind of give you a little bit of development, but only to make you like heal more. The end.
Be the better healer.
We're gonna make you go to a little more development so you can like punch Draw Carter.
Hmm.
The end. and that's it. Girl, you got a bloodline ability passed down from Tsunade. Like, oh, but like she has good chakra control.
If
So
only,
work, I guess.
if only she didn't have the biggest debuff in all of Naruto, being a woman.
um. So yeah. Meanwhile, Momo, who is taking charge, she's telling people what to do. She putting a key plan. She made a plan A and a plan B, bitch.
Hmm.
So that was really I just love continuing to see her blossom into like the hero that she's meant to be. Um let's see. So yeah. So speaking of plan B, plan A does fail immediately because they're just not immediately. No. Because they get him down with the soft first of all, that guy who can like soften things, that's such a
That's another
broken
OP. Yeah.
that's really OP.
I don't like the difference in power level between abilities. Some people have some really shitty abilities, and other people have some really fucking strong abilities.
Wow, you're saying Minata's ability
Yeah,
isn't
ooh, I mean, I can throw sticky balls.
Hey, it may have helped him stay trapped longer, like, like a really strong like a bunch of strong Post-its.
Yeah, I got some really strong post-its. At least he could probably hang things up on his wall really easily, I guess.
See, the use for everything.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think Makia, I think he just sneezes. It looked like a sneeze to me. He's just like, "Achoo!" and blows everyone away. And then Dabi's like, "Fire." Oh, yeah, and then they tried to, like, shock everyone, but the guy who can make things appear from the marbles was like, "Oh, time to use my last marbles,"
Mhm.
and clutched him with more concrete. So, yeah, that was unfortunate for him. Um, so, yeah, so just as he is about to like break out, Momo's like, time like detonate, and then he explode. I guess she exploded the ground under to like just like make a bigger hole.
Yeah.
And funny enough, because Makia apparently can just do anything, including travel underground, but that doesn't work as well because he has to carry um Shigaraki's gang. Um and in the confusion, I think the other heroes show up and try to distract from everything and everyone. Ashida has her moment where she can like cloaks herself in acid, which apparently is like flame resistant, and
Mm.
she's like, "I'm gonna throw it in his mouth," but then Makia starts talking, which like speaking like full sentences, which I feel like I've never heard before,
He triggers her,
and
literally.
triggers her literally because he sounds like the dude that they ran into, or maybe he was
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about
the
that. Like,
one.
was he the guy that they ran into?
We really don't know. So, but I feel like in my mind I was like, wasn't he just giant forever? Maybe he
Yeah,
wasn't.
so I was thinking like today. I'm like, or maybe he was experimented on, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So she's like, oh my god, trauma, and just like falls awkwardly. And I'm like, oh my god, please don't kill her.
Which sucks. 'Cause
But
I like Mina. I wish she had a better moment and didn't get like
right,
screwed out of her moment.
right. But then Red Rayato. I forget what his name is, but
I think it starts with a K, right?
right. That's what I was thinking to myself.
Mm.
But anyways, we're just calling him Red Ryoto with the hero with the hardening ability. He not only he had his moment. This was his moment. He
Everyone else but Mina had their moment.
right, and I'm just like, girl, didn't he have his moment already in
Yeah, he had
another?
his moment multiple times in other seasons.
Right, like give her some love. Goddamn. Um, he tanks the blow, like runs up the dude's arm like some kind of Spider-Man, and feeds him the tranquilizer in a really, really cool way.
That was dope. I gotta admit.
Kirishima, that's his name.
Yes, I knew it was K something.
So yeah, Kirishima has his moment in the sun yet again, but it doesn't do too much at the time because uh Homeboy's like time to initiate attack form. Like it was giving the Oxus attack form. So yeah. Oh, excuse me. What happens after that? I think they cut to the scene because where he's about to attack, and they
Yeah,
cut.
they
Yeah,
moved to the more important scene.
Shigaraki's like, "Yo, what's up? I'm still alive." And once again, heroes, heroes, heroes. You have got to fucking stop letting these villains talk. You've got to literally just beat the living shit out of them.
That is not the hero way, Drew.
Oh, well, I guess the hero way is also getting your shit rocked because
Yes.
that's exactly what happened to Gran Torino.
Rest in peace, Gran Torino. I don't know if he's dead, but
Rest in
he sure looked like he is.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think he's coming up from that one. Something tells me Gran Torino is very
Especially
dead.
because they gave him a flashback. Like, that was worse than the punch.
Right. Also, I don't know why it feels like I forget Shigaraki's history. Did his father have an affair with the
I
hero?
don't remember,
Me neither.
or if
I'm a,
they, yeah, I don't know if they even said it, or if it was just like
right,
implied.
right. Because I remember that like she was his mom.
Yeah,
I was that revealed earlier
I think
too?
so, because
Right.
wasn't it like that's the reason why his father didn't like heroes, because she was like never around or something.
Yeah. So that was Yeah, that was interesting. Like the way she like sobbing into his chest, and he kind of looked young that age.
Mhm.
First of all, I'm like, I was like, oh, he looks fine as
Yeah,
fuck.
what happened?
Mm, mm. But yeah, I don't think Gran Torino's the father,
No, no.
but
Imagine if
yeah,
he is though.
man, if he just killed his own dad,
I am your father.
bleh. But yeah, for some reason they let him get up and fight back. Todoroki's I forgot his Todoroki's Endeavor. We'll just say Endeavor's
Mhm,
flame is not as strong because he's just been blowing the shit out of Shigaraki, and Gantrino saves him, gets absolutely mollywopped in the process, and yeah, they try to prevent they try to prevent Shigaraki from going after Aizawa, and they like have him like held down. I'm just like, huh, what's that little red thing in his hand? And the it's the drug that nullifies quirks permanently. Excuse me. And even though he got hit with All Might's punch, essentially,
mhm.
because
Yeah, they
because
could do the 100%.
yeah, got hit with the punch hardcore. I still was able to shoot it and hit Aizawa in the leg.
Damn, Deku's gonna
Uh,
not have an arm. His arm is probably just explode next episode.
Everyone's not gonna have an anything.
Yeah.
No one's gonna have anything. I think he could just do his decay wave and kill everybody, more or less. Uh, yeah, but we'll see. Like I don't know. It was just really good action packed episode. Really good
Mhm.
development. Shigaraki is just being like Shigaraki is like I like how Shigaraki uses a lot of like anime logic, but like for evil. If that makes any sense. You
Evil,
know how
like
they're just
inverted anime logic.
like the whole "Oh, my feelings, my rage, and like power up. I it's almost as if he's giving main protag.
Yeah, he has like he's more of a main protagonist than Deku. Like he has the protag energy, the
Yeah,
power up, the
exactly.
plot armor power ups and shit.
That's exactly what it feels like he has,
Hmm.
and
He's
he
like,
is
I
putting
must
it to some
overcome
good
my
use.
master.
Right. So we can't wait for next episode for to see how many more people are gonna die.
Hmm.
Up next we do not have Golden Kamui. For the rest of this year for this season, we're gonna move right along to Mighty Mashita Iruma-kun, season 3, episode 7.
Yes, the Clara episode. Finally, I've been waiting for this for the whole season, and it did not disappoint.
Yeah, if you guys really like Clara, this is your episode. This is for y'all.
This was gonna also if I was gonna split another episode with episode of the week, it would have been this one. I am that shameless.
Wow. Yeah, right. I'm like,
I love Clara. What do you want?
that's I won't judge you too hard.
Listen, you got what you wanted. You got sexy Clara moments.
I guess. I
She was
guess.
pretty sexy in the beginning, where she was like hugging Iruma in the suit.
Yes, that I agree. I was like, yo, Clara trying to fuck.
Yeah, she like pulled you into the suit, and she's like wrapped
Like,
around you and shit, and
it's
stroking your
like she
chin.
about to be listen, she about to be like, yo, you ever fucked in a magical cat outfit?
Yeah, somehow that doesn't sound super sexy. You ever fucking a
That
sweaty ass hot mascot outfit?
that doesn't, but like That's so wild to me that it turned me on enough to work. It would still work.
I prefer Clara's. I don't know. Come to my Playland Death Trap Park.
Tomato. Well, no, that'd make it less. And that's the thing. That's like, cause it's like it's hot for like 1 second. She's like, "Oh my god, here's toys and games, huh?" I'm just like, "No, Clara."
So close, but so far.
Right? I was just like, "Fuck." She's like, "Yes, we're gonna," I'm gonna keep it a buck. I know this might anger you. I definitely skipped right on past that song. I'm over
Oh
it
no, no,
singing.
I was not. I didn't skip it, but I tuned out. I would have not minded if it was like just a cute little like 10-15 second song.
Stop making these songs for Clara. I don't care. I am not an actual child. Please.
That is the one area I will agree with you. This episode did lean a bit too much into the actual like I felt like I was watching a kid's anime, like
Right.
an anime for
Which is
like
my own problem with
8-year-olds.
Clara.
Mhm.
It felt very childlike.
As someone who watches Precure, Precure was more mature than whatever was going on in,
Damn, that's wild.
you know. But other than that,
Mhm.
I did enjoy the whole Clara thing, especially towards the end when what's her name, Elizabeth shows up and just like opens the suit and they both just come out.
Right, and then they're just like, "Oh my god, thanks guys,
Mhm.
bye."
We stole your
I'm like,
points.
right, 5,000 of them.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's pretty cool. And then they show like the whole thing how like everyone's like, "Oh my god, we're tired and getting hunted by monsters and potentially almost killed by
Mhm.
random plants." And then it shifts to the background girls. That's what I'm calling them. I don't really care to learn their names. The
Yeah,
background
background
girls.
chicks.
Um, who are also the same grade as the misfits, but they're not in their class. The one with the one-eyed demon.
Mhm.
So after they run around for their lives, they end up going to an abandoned home, and it's the sleepy guy. And I'm actually going to look up his name because he's actually a main character. At least I believe that was him. Uh, not Sabnok, not lead, not Opera, Picero. Picero Agares. First of all, that sounds
Amazingly Spanish name.
right.
Mm.
Right. If Spain ever made an anime,
They have
like,
Latinos
yeah,
in Demon Academy.
right. And then he's first of all, I'm just like, so you summoned a whole house here? So yeah, that was interesting. To be fair, they all have like very extra like names. Like Jazz Andro, Elisabetta X,
Mhm.
Schneider Aloser, and so on and so forth. But But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what's gonna happen with that and what his new power up is. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was more or less very straightforward episode.
Yep. Enjoyed it though.
Yeah. All right. Up next we have Eminence in Shadow episode 7. I excuse me. Because
You hated the episode. I knew it.
I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. It was fine. It was a fine
Mhm.
episode. I just feel like, man, the whole tournament thing, that joke didn't hit for me. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so it wasn't just me. All right. It
Yeah,
was
no, it
awkward
wasn't
because normally I
funny.
would find that funny, but I feel like it was
Right.
like a pacing thing, or maybe it was like too overdone. I don't know.
It j
It just felt
oh,
weird. Like I feel like I should be laughing at this under normal
but
circumstances, but I'm not.
Right, it just I didn't wanna say it. It's like, I don't wanna feel like I'm hate because I feel like I hated on
No,
way
I
too
definitely
much.
had that same feeling for that scene too.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm so
I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, "What?" But then I laughed at the coffee scene. The coffee scene was hilarious.
Yes, that was great. That was really funny. Yeah, I don't know, I think it was just
It was trying too hard.
I think that's what it was. It was trying so hard to be funny that it wasn't.
Mhm.
And it's like, when you're gonna go that hard, I feel like you have to be very you can't be slacking on it, and I feel like that's what because they kept using the same animation of him getting hit,
Yeah. Mhm.
and then there's, like, the blood splatter, I'm like, "This is okay, if they can show you going down the same way, it's like, you" like, literally at the second time, I'm like, "Alright, I'm bored."
Yeah, I got it was like maybe if they had, like, showed him, like, progressively getting worse and
Or
worse and worse,
right,
like, fucking bleeding out all over the place or
right,
something.
right, like, having his clothes soaked in blood,
Mhm.
or, like, him sending him flying into the audience,
Yeah,
like
something like that.
exactly, see shit like that is would've been funny, but
Mhm.
it's like it was just very meh, like, it was just very repetitive animation for what could've been a really funny joke.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, but yeah, the coffee scene was so funny. Just watching like, all of it was really funny because it really set that one scene set up the fact that these 2 girls aren't really gonna get along,
Mhm.
and they did it in such a in a very funny way. Literally from the start of the scene where she says like, "Ah, I love black coffee. I don't know why people put sugar and cream in it." And then immediately Sherry comes in. She's like, "Oh, can I? Yeah, I'll just drop 5 sugar and like take half the cream," which is yeah, even for me who likes sweet things, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, that was much like she just looking at her like, "What the fuck? What is this? What is wrong
Right.
with you?"
And it's like they're having like a whole like nice nasty moment
Mhm.
where she's just like, "Oh, haha, even all that sugar and cream, is that a trend?" Like, but she's just trying to be nice. And then Sherry, with no awareness of what's happening, is just like, "Oh my god, like, didn't you guys used to date?" She's like, "No, we broke up." And she's like, "Oh, cool, great. I'm so glad you guys aren't together anymore."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've been getting to know him more. And oh, so good you guys broke up.
Mhm.
And obviously, Alexia can understands the implication of her saying that and loses her shit.
Yeah, understandably too, but, that was a good natural, like, comedic moment. Like, it
Right,
kept
that was
elevating
really
and elevating.
the point she almost broke her teacup.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, that was really funny. Um, let's see. Other than that, honestly, first of all, it makes me so sad how nice Sherry, like the beautiful relationship that she has with her father. So,
Mhm.
because so when he becomes evil, it's gonna be that much more heartbreaking for me
Yeah, I'm gonna be sad.
and her. Yeah, definitely sad for Sherry. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, and it was weird how like why was he there when she was like, I'm gonna have this conversation and ask him to be my friend. I'm like, why was he right there? I'm like, "That's weird." That's weird. I'm like, I don't it's not weird. I don't even say it's weird on the dad. I feel like it's weird on the daughter.
What, to have the guy right there?
Yeah, to
Or
have your
that
dad right there. I know that the dad is like, that's his little girl, so
Mhm.
he's just gonna like he's like, "Yeah, I'll" you know, th his desire to protect his daughter. That's
Mhm.
understandable, but she should be like, "No, dad, I'm trying to get my ish wet." Back up. Or at least enough being like, "Oh my god, dad, I love you, but stay back. I wanna
Space,
talk to
personal
him."
space, yeah.
Exactly. So that was weird. That was weird. I never met a girl who's like, "Yes, father, be involved in my love life." Um, Yeah, other than that, I think the episode just wraps up with what happens to the oh yeah,
The
probably with
invasion.
yeah, the invasion, and that probably happened with his help.
Hmm.
They apparently shut down magic and start taking over the classrooms, and the episode ends with Homeboy getting cut, and I don't know if it was ketchup this time.
I was hoping it would be, but it didn't look like it. I'm sure it'll be
I
something else. Like, actually, I stuffed my shirt full of ketchup or something.
I really hope it's not something like I still recovered. I hope not. That'd
You
be
know it is. Like, he's not dead
I
or
know.
sir.
It's gonna be. I didn't think it would be dead, just like her.
Yeah, no, he's not.
I know. I roll. Oh well, we'll see next episode.
Hmm.
We're gonna have Uzaki-chan will also be Thai. Season 2, episode episode 8. Um so Yagani's little meddling sparked like a pretty big fight between Sakurai and Uzaki.
Yeah.
When, I kind of understand Uzaki's standpoint. Like, because it's one thing if you call I would say even calling my mom by her first name and not me by my first name is like that's kind of sus. Now you're calling my sister by her first name and not me. Mm.
Yeah.
At
This
some
is the
point, yeah, I would start
disrespect.
taking it personally. It's not even like a disrespecting. It's like she said, it's like wow, like do you like them more than me? Because that's the whole. It's kind of the implication of calling someone by their first name. That there's a closeness that you feel between someone. So if you're willing to do that with someone that you met, you know, within a couple of minutes, this is all the same day, then yeah, I would feel a way too, considering I knew like she said, like we've known each other for 5 years.
Mm.
But then Sakurai is like, oh, maybe it's because you're special to me. I'm just like, ooh. I was like, nice save. But of
Yeah.
course, but of course, Sakurai and his God straight man. Ugh. He was and I felt for her because it's like I know there are men who are this dense that actually exist.
Are there though?
Like oh, maybe not to like this extreme, but yeah, there's definitely men in this ballpark. 100%. There are men in this ballpark. 1,000%.
Damn, that's
Um,
sad.
yeah. Um, but because I can tell even when he said that, he was just like, "Oh, well, I guess you guys are special to me." And then he was like, "Oh, I wonder what that. Why did I say that?" Which was just like very much a, face fall moment. So you know, he's still kind of weird about it. But that moment was Sage. She was like, "Oh, I let it go because he called me special." Hair flip. So I feel good. Feel good for Ozaki. Of course, when Hana's mom finds out about everything, she's like, "Oh God, no! He's gonna move on to my other daughter."
Yeah. Oh no, now is he not only after me, he's after my other daughter.
No.
She's about to pimp out both her daughters.
Right. To the point where she's like, "No, Yagi, you can never go to his house by yourself. I must go with you." Even though Yanagi definitely said she definitely meant like the cafe, like probably for game. Oh no, the cafe where he works. I don't know. Why I thought they meant like a video game cafe. Do they have those in Japan?
I'm sure they do.
Right. I'm only asking because I see them all the time, like um in Korean dramas and shows and whatnot. When will we get that?
Never.
Yeah, never. Let's see what else happens. Oh, then they have like the whole gym scene, which honestly was definitely the weaker half of the episode in my opinion.
Yeah, it was mostly just the little brother working out, so it's just
Yeah.
like, all right.
By the way, quick tangent
Mm.
to the guy who designs these characters. We need he needs a training in on how to like draw characters with their respect, like their correct ages. Cause why did I find out when this guy entered the gym? He's 17.
Wait, who?
17 where? The younger brother.
No, he's not.
He's Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That
I
makes
literally
no
not only
sense.
not only did I watch it back again, I closed my eyes and listened to him say, um,
Junanasai?
Jun Nanasai,
Hmm.
exactly. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
there you
nah,
go.
that
No,
guy definitely didn't learn how
no,
to
he
draw.
doesn't exactly, he doesn't know how to draw for correct ages. Cause he looks like the 12-year-old. Yanagi looks like she's 15, 16. And Uzaki, well, whatever. She's basically like also a 12-year-old with just very large breasts.
Mhm.
So I was just like, no. I was like, Yanagi. I was like, no for Yanagi, and now I'm just like, no, I can't accept
Yeah,
this.
he literally looks like he's in junior high. Like,
Right, and sounds like
he
it.
looks like
You know,
he's 12. Replace the ages. He should be 12 and Unagi should be 17.
right? That's what I was saying. And he doesn't even sound like it. He sounds like he's 12.
Yeah, he literally has like a little kid's voice
Yeah, this
actor.
is terrible. This was act terrible voice acting in terms
Mm,
of, like, the voice direction, I should say.
yeah.
So I really hated that when I found that out. I was just like, "You gotta be shit." Yeah, that annoyed me just a little bit from a critic standpoint. Um, However, I will say, even though that second half was kinda weak or whatever, the how it ended kinda made it worth it. Just a
Mm.
little, yeah, it did. When he saw when he just saw Sakurai's dick and just was immediately just defeated.
Oh.
And I'm just like, "Man." You know what? It made me laugh because it just made me think as a gay man. It's like, as a gay man, there's 2 wolves in you. The one that envies the big penis, the one that also wants the big penis.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable moment where he shows up at Uzagi's house and they all see him and then they all freak the fuck out. And they're like, "Oh my god, that's the guy with the big dick."
Oh god, I hope so. I mean, wait, but did he meet the brother before already?
No, no.
Oh.
So it's gonna be a whole thing.
Oh, man, I can't I can't wait. They're gonna take their time and make us wait till, like,
I
episode 11.
know. It's either gonna be like the last episode, or God forbid they save it for the next season.
Oh, no, they wouldn't. They would never they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't tease us like this. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, no, the gym part notwithstanding, it was a good episode. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. And last but not least, we have Utawarerumono episode 22. Drama, which is why I love this episode. I love the drama. I think it's so
Yeah.
good drama.
I feel like the old guy could have probably avoided a lot of the drama if he was just more direct with what he was saying.
Right. Like the entire monologue of when Woshi's is just going on where Woshi's like gets to the gate and just starts talking forever. At some
Hmm.
point, it could have been like, "Hey," at some point, "Hey, you're a clone."
Yeah. By the way, you're also a clone. I'm like so mad he didn't even conceive of that. Like, wait, what if I'm the clone? After going through the whole thing with Andrew and be like, "You're just a clone of his daughter."
Right, mocking Andrew for being a clone, while by figuring out that he is also a clone.
Mhm.
Like, oh, chef's kiss. This could be my maybe
Yeah,
I
it's
might
like
switch this to my episode. I'm saying this for my episode of the week. That was so good. That was such a good that was such a good twist.
He's like, oh, it's getting a little bit awkward. Didn't realize I was a clone too.
Right. Oh, we don't know who he's a clone of. Like, they just showed a face, and
Mhm.
he never specified.
You are a clone of a random coworker.
Nah, the gag. You're just a clone, no one important. You were just a scientist
Yeah.
guy, one of my friends, one of my buddy friends.
You're my drinking buddy. He
Like,
saw me clone my daughter and was like, yo, can you clone me too? So I was like,
at
sure.
any point, it could have been like, "Hey," you know what? To be fair, telling the guy who's like has the source of power in his hand, and it's pretty much you're at his mercy. Telling him that he's a clone, I kind of get why he like. I would have started off by saying, "Hey, Haku is my brother."
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could start it there, and maybe I don't know. Okay, I don't think lying would have been the right choice. But fuck it, I would have. I would have been like, yeah, I only gave authorization to my brother Haku, which you are not.
Mm-hmm.
Dot dot dot. And then if he still persisted, then I'd be like, okay, well, okay, there's another reason. There's another reason. Wait, Chotomate. You're also a clone. Oh, excuse me. And I love how at the end of the day, like most big bad enemies, it just boils down to daddy issues.
Yeah.
I'm not mad
You
at it.
never loved me.
Right. It was like, you banished me from the temple. And once again, I agree. Mikado handled all of this very poorly in the past couple of years. Because if you show your clone person son thing, I don't know who he is to the Mikado anymore. I'm gonna be honest. Someone who he thought was your son. If you just ice him out without no explanation, and then when he shows up all these years later, clearly having whatchamacallit, a complex about it, just saying you're not worthy is like I don't think that's gonna help.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Artoria school of bad parenting. It's like, maybe be a bit more clear with your words and not just tell your
Oh my
child,
god.
you are not worthy. Goodbye. Leave. I
Oh
will
my
not
god.
elaborate further.
We just need like a whole list. I feel like I want to make a list of like really bad anime parents.
Yeah.
Just really fucked up in ways that just had like catastrophic effects. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Um, write that down. Bad anime fathers. I misspelled fathers, but I don't know what I mean eventually.
Baja.
I wish I spelled it worse than that somehow. Um, Now, unfortunately, which is why I'm just like gagged. He giving his whole like, haha, I'm such hot pussy, and y'all ain't shit. He's like, I'm gonna eradicate the Tatari once and for all. Even though I still don't kind of know how we got to this point where he's just ready to wipe them all out. Like, only if you know, I'd be super thankful. But I kind of just went in and said, "Machine, get ready to annihilate them." Like, and the machine was like, "Okay." Like, isn't that not what pretty much happened?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I just make sure that I wasn't. I just make sure that we're all on the
On the same
same
page.
page, and that page's name is called confusion. But then as he's about to do it, the machine's like, "Yeah, you're not authorized, girl."
I love that that's the way he finds out too. It's like, bitch, you
Yeah,
are like not even an admin. Get out of here.
Oh my god. He's like, "No, I should be of your blood," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Oh girl." They said you just get level 4 access because you're a clone, but you're not the real thing, mama. Which is yeah. And Matt, ooh, imagine finding out you're just a clone that way.
Mm.
And by finding out that way, you just let out literally like a scourge upon the land. I'm assuming the Tatari are now going to just escape,
Yeah,
not
run
not
rampant.
and run rampant. And now we gotta find a way to kill the blobs, which was hard because they're kind of can't be killed. So then I guess you have to find a way to kill or contain them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shit just kind of just hit the fan this episode, and it was great. Also, Anju found out that Mikado is not only alive but just a clone of his daughter.
Yep, she got over that quickly though. She's fine.
What are we talking about? She passed out.
All right, she did. Never mind. She'll get over that. I was wondering if she was out of the episode.
She fainted from the shock of finding out father's not her
She'll be
father.
fine.
Which, honestly, it makes sense because he's just such an old bag of bones. I was like, I'm just like, damn, he was getting it in while he was like, what, 60?
I mean, he
like,
does have those like priestesses.
I guess. Do they get inside the
Inside the
healing pod
tube.
with you?
Come inside the pod.
He just lays there. So yeah, a lot of um shocking discoveries. Also, Mikazuki is alive. Even though that was revealed last episode, but we found out that he was saved by being inside the healing pod. And funny enough, you know what I like about it? I love that for people who claim to be like, I know so much about the old world and da 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 da. They don't the way they talk and use the devices, you can tell it's like it's not your knowledge isn't completely there. Because you're still talking like someone you're still talking like this is like some ancient godlike machinery.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I would probably just like, "Hey Google, start the beam cannon." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Siri, unleash the
Exactly.
Tatari.
Exactly. But he's like, "Oh, great device, hear my call by my name, blah blah blah." And
By
I'm just
the
like, "Girl,
power of Grayskull.
right?" And I'm like, "Girl, they would probably just like you could just tell from probably like your voice or probably like some like DNA or whatnot. You can tell." Actually, they did tell by DNA. That's how they revealed it.
99.9%.
Of someone else.
Mhm.
Woo, that's wild. But yeah, I can't wait for next episode. And yeah, I think with that being said, we are done with the podcast. We're done with the waifu war. Sony, take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, make sure you click that like button and subscribe so you catch a new episode as they go up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, and join the party on our Discord. All linked in the description down below. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Probably next podcast, not counting the Anime NYC one. Probably gonna just be talking about Mob Psycho. I watched the first 2 seasons. Super fan. Yeah, I can't wait to do a deep dive on it come next
Awesome.
week.
And in light of that, until next time, this has been Silveroni, and
Scooby-Doo.
we'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.